Today I will be discussing about the special conditions that cost Melbourne buyers. So usually most of my clients, when they ask me to review contracts, they look at the price and they say, yes, Cami, that's what I wanted. They skip all the other pages and then they're like, can I sign? I am going to discuss the three main points that can cost you money if you are not careful. So the first important clause to consider is the finance date. So with the finance date, it's important that you discuss the finance date with your lender so that they can tell you exactly how much time they will need in order to be ready for settlement. So usually the common time frame is 14 days. So you have 14 days from the day of sale in which to get your finance approved. Sometimes the 14 days cannot be enough time due to lender requirements or other issues that come up. So when that happens, you can extend the finance approval date to be able to have more time to try to make sure that your finance is approved. Something else important is to make sure that the finance amount you put in matches what you need, because if the amount you put in is less than what you end up needing, you will not be able to get out of the contract in the event that the bank doesn't give you that amount that you need. The other important clause to be aware of is the penalty stacking on late settlements. So what that means is that usually the contract will have a special condition for penalty interest if you cannot settle on time. So if you have, for example, a 30-day settlement and your bank is not ready, or your funds have not arrived for whatever reason and you need more time, that would be when those special conditions can come into effect. So most special conditions will have a penalty interest. So penalty interest is usually normally about 12%. Some contracts will have higher percentages such as 14, 16 or even 18%, and those amounts is 18% of the purchase price that is outstanding. That is a fee that is charged per day, including weekends and public holidays. On top of that, they can also charge you reschedule fee. So the reschedule fee is a fee for changing the settlement date from the date in the contract. That fee can range anywhere from $200 to $400 plus GST. The other important thing to be aware of is hidden levies in apartment contracts. So hidden levies in apartment contracts refers to things like special levies that may have come up that you may have not realized if you didn't carefully review the AGM minutes, which means the annual general minutes. So in the annual general minutes, they will have discussed things that they plan to do for the property, things that can be done such as, for example, if they're planning to update the lobby, there might be building issues or building notices, and there may not be enough money in the maintenance fund. So if the money in the maintenance fund is not enough, they will then need to bring in a special levy or a sinking fund that will give them more money to be able to make those required repairs. So that's why it's very important that you read those AGM minutes carefully or have your conveyancer review them and list out exactly what those charges could possibly be. It's also a good idea to have a look at their budget and also how much money they're holding in their admin fund and also their maintenance fund in the event that they're going to need money for certain things. So those are the important things to be aware of when you are purchasing property.